Hi, welcome to another talk show. I'm Fay.
And I'm Jossy.
And what a heck of a show we have for you. Did anyone catch our latest episode, which has just been released on Facebook? It was on our live Instagrams. I've left my hair in, which is quite funny. Jossy's laughing about it. I can see her little face. Oh,
I was like,
where's my hair? Where's my hair and makeup? I tell you, where's my hair and makeup?
There we go.
So, everybody out there, how are you all doing? Jossy, how are you? Please drop us your comments, give us a like, and obviously give us a share.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been so busy this week with work. It's like insane, and next week is even busier. But you know, just still working hard, doing my job. That's pretty much me.
Well, it does keep you busy. I've had a few health issues due to having really high blood pressure. So my blood pressure is low blood pressure is really low, and I'm struggling to stop myself from going dizzy. So it's quite scary that I'm just going dizzy, and I fainted the other day. So it's like so scary. Lloyd's just asking what Jossy does for a job.
I'm a support worker. I support adults with learning disabilities. I've done this job for quite a long time now. But I love it. I always think I will always do it, no matter what I do in my life. I always think I'm always going to be doing a shift somewhere.
Always good to do a shift. And I think because you are so on the front line, it's so important to remember like what you do and how much you do help. But let's get down to business. What has everybody been watching? We have been watching so much. I mean, RuPaul is everywhere. Hollywood, it is unbelievable how much binge-worthy stuff I've got to watch.
Well, Hollywood, I'm not that far into Hollywood, but the little that I've seen of it, I absolutely love it. Ryan Murphy, I almost feel like he's just like such a good writer. He's done so many amazing shows. American Horror Story. I really liked The Murder of Gianni Versace. I like that. He did the one about Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. He just does some really interesting shows. And Hollywood is just another one on its list. I like how it kind of blends fiction with real. So it has like fictional characters tied in with real life people. So it's really interesting.
I didn't actually know that until Jossy mentioned it, that there was some real characters within it, which kind of makes sense. But Hollywood is sexy, scandalous. You can get your car serviced while you get your self-serviced.
Take me to Dreamland.
Take me to Dreamland. That's all I can bloody say. Take me to Dreamland. But of course, there is things to change, and we've all seen this with RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race is out. RuPaul's Drag Race Celebrities out. RuPaul's All Stars is coming. Are we just filled with so much binge-worthy stuff, Jossy?
I honestly think that Ru is not really bothered that AJ and the Queen didn't get a second series, because she is just working. She is bringing in that money. She is everywhere. It is absolutely insane. I am really excited for All Stars. I think they've brought back some amazing queens from past series. There's one queen, as soon as I seen her, I was like, yay! And everybody knows what I'm gonna say. One word: angina.
I was so pleased as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we've just had someone say, Gangs of London. Oh my God, Gangs of London. Have we watched Gangs of London? I binge watched Gangs of London. It was a crossover between Game of Thrones, because it is not for the faint-hearted, as we've just had one of the comments say. We totally agree, Mark. It is wow intense. I mean, kick off the door, more like blow down the tower. Oh,
I know, but that first episode was like 2 hours long, wasn't it? But like every episode was just so in depth, and it just like involved all the stories. I absolutely loved it. And I've got to say, I must say it, the guy that plays Sean Wallace, quite cute.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Me and my Corona eyes, yes.
I just feel like they were able to bring like real grit to a London-based show, and I just feel
Oh yes,
it was
yes.
so intense at parts, especially when the travelers all got involved, and it was like, oh my god, on the edge of your seat moment. I just could not stop watching. It was so good. So did we. Mark says he's binged it as well. Well, Mark, we have as well. And don't forget, Mark, drop us a share our live videos so everybody else can tune in and see what we've been doing. We've got some cool guests coming up later. We have the amazing Lauren Harris, famous youth star of the antiques world to, in my opinion, Hollywood. She's been on Celebrity Big Brother. She's got a music career. It goes from strength to strength. But we've also got a special little guest from across the water. Isn't that right, Jossy?
We will be joined later on by Jaake Castro. Jake is an up-and-coming artist, absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to chatting with him. And might be like, little musical thing at the end.
Yeah, so Jake's going to end the show and sing us out with his, I believe, latest track, because he's just been releasing some new music, which is so exciting, especially this time of the year when everything's kind of bad and not really cool. It's nice to think that people are still moving forward and working and being able to release music and spread joy and spread hope at this time of, I believe, need, because we need it, don't we, Jossy?
Well, I do, and I do think as well, music very much is like a light in darkness, and it is the kind of thing that uplifts a lot of people. So if you can do that, fair play to you. What a lovely thing to be able to do.
Oh, I totally agree. Is there anyone out there watching anything? We've been loved. Well, not just me, everyone I know has been loved watching Divas Lockdown, which is absolutely brilliant. It is a couple of drag queens from the Northeast and Bobby, Testicle and Emma Royd, and they've been doing a lockdown show over on Tessa's Facebook, which is absolutely fantastic. And you can see a plethora of drag queens performing on Instagram so much. If you are out there looking for content, Instagram Lives is the place to be. What do you think about the Instagram Lives, Jossy? It's exploded.
Oh yeah, it's really took off. Like when you go on Instagram now, so many people are live and so many interesting accounts that you follow. So I think it's really, really cool.
But the question is, Jossy, will it continue? Once lockdown is done, do you think the support will still be there? Do you think the want will still be there?
Well, I don't know, because I always think after lockdown, I was saying normal life will resume, but life's not going to be the same afterwards.
I don't think it's going to be the same afterwards.
I don't know. I think it's just something that we're going to have to kind of wait and see how it pans out. I would like to think people are still supportive.
Well, what does everyone think? Do you think once lockdown is done, I mean, things may be changing on Monday for the UK, which is quite scary. Measures may be lifted. What does everyone think about that? Are we happy that the measures are going to be lifted? Or do we think as a country we should be standing strong like many of our fellow countries around us who are not lifting any measures and keeping them in place? What do you think about that, Jossy?
Well, we have the highest death toll now in Europe. 31,587 people. That's today's figure. So that says to me, clearly, there's a problem. So why lift things or you know what I mean? It should be kept in place for a reason, because my worry is that things can get lifted and great, we can get a little bit of normality back. But then in 2-3 weeks' time, the numbers go up. And a lockdown is enforced. It's really an enforced lockdown that we come into, which that is scary. I think the lockdown that we've had compared to other countries hasn't been as strict. But
hi, Jacqueline. Sorry, Jossy, I'm just jumping in. Hi, Jacqueline, who's just popped up and said there are a mess here. Well, Jacqueline, it's the same everywhere, isn't it? I mean, it's not just the UK. I was reading in Spain now, they're seeing a massive increase of death again because they lowered the measurements. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just not sensible. Like it's simple, don't do it. It's really simple. Don't loosen the measurements until like we're massively out of this. Like I was out today and I saw more people out today than ever. And people like, I even said to this couple, I was like, what, where are you going? And obviously I was with my partner, so he was like, stop embarrassing us. But I was like, they've got a picnic, like they go to the beach or something. Like that's not social distancing. And people just think we're going to go back to the way it was. And I'm sorry, guys, but it's going to be a bit of a shock. It's not really going to ever be the same, ever.
Well, yeah, I think the thing is this weekend, it is a bank holiday weekend. Obviously, yesterday was the 75th anniversary of Big Day. I missed it because I've been working night shifts. So I was asleep all day yesterday, but it's such a nice weekend. And, you know, I would love to have gone to the beach today or taken the dogs out with Faye. We would have loved to have done something like that today. But we know that it's just not safe to do that still. And we've just got to stick by it. And I just kind of think that's the way that we get out of it quicker.
We're in this together, and we'll get through this together.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Jacqueline's just sent a comment, the young man that was shot while jogging. Did you hear that story, Jossy?
No.
I didn't hear that story. A lot of racial tension here right now. She's from Brunswick.
Oh, yes. In America.
I knew she would have.
Yeah. Oh, his name escapes me. That's really bad. But yeah, he was he was just out jogging in this neighborhood and a father and son just shot him. I do believe that father and son have now been arrested. But I'm not sure if charges have been brought forward. America, it's a bit of a strange country.
It is, but I will say there was a video that went viral over the past couple of days of a gentleman with a child at a petrol station, and one of the police officers just decided to taser him. I'll just taser you. And I was so shocked how he fell. And the child was petrified. It was disgusting what happened. It was not acceptable. And even now, when you look at that and you see those stories coming like out, I bet none of those stories have came out over the past couple of weeks because we've all just been so focused on Corona. But I bet you to a penny, there is more stories like that. People use, like, what irritates me so much is people feel like, oh, we're in a pandemic, we're in this together. Like literally a couple of days ago, like North Korea and South Korea started firing missiles again. The world needs to realize there's this film, right? And it's called it escapes me, but it's Geostorm. Anyway, it's about storms and the weather. And Marquise, hello, we notice you. And all the countries in the world came together to build this machine and stuck together and didn't continue to fight each other. Things like this should bring everyone together. It is so obvious that police officers are using it to be racist, abusive. Police officers, speaking of police officers, I have a complaint.
He has a story.
Oh, I swear. So my partner was on his way to work, drove home, and the van broke down. So he pulled it, pushed it to where it was safe. And then the police rang us 2:30 in the morning. Hi, blah, blah, worried about us. So I was like, that's totally fine. I appreciate that. And then the next day, they removed it on a bank holiday, of course. Perfect day to remove someone's van. I wonder what a van could be used for, guys. You know, like working on the front line and stuff and doing stuff like that. They clamped it, took it away. It's now in a storage facility. We can't get in touch with them because it's the weekend, bank holiday weekend. That could be 3 to 4 days of storage. And we've just totally, completely and utterly been told, well, you know, tough luck. And I just think that just looks like, you know, I always think there's definitely like a quarter you need to like do each day in any job. So, you know, reporting crimes, discovering things, keeping yourself busy. But to take someone's van away and then get it impounded 3 days later, like, it is a mess, Jossy. I mean, Jossie's had some issues when Jossy was first starting with the corona. She was barred from Morrison's.
Oh, so, well, this was my argument with them. I think it's all, well, I don't know if they're still doing it, but it's all fair and good that they allow the first hour for NHS staff. Yes, of course they should. But I think that should also include mental care workers. Aldi do that at any time of the day if you show your badge. Because the thing is, we're still working in this. And when it happened to me, I was working a string of night shifts, and it was kind of my only opportunity, really, one morning after work to go. And because I wasn't there at 7 o'clock, they told me, well, you should have been here at 7. I explained, well, I've just finished work. And they said, well, you should have came at 7. I was like, well, I can't just like leave. Like, my job's not like that. And it's, you know, I basically
you need to
told
read
them what I
it, you need to read it, you need to read it, you need to read it. By the way, thanks. I love that it's like, Jossy, I'm also
30.
I'm also 32. Please say something about me. No, I don't
I'm
care.
more than
I don't care. But thank you.
You look 18, darling. You look 18.
Jacqueline is in law enforcement. She's been there for 23 years. Now teaches LA. Right away, the act as a police officer. There's a lot of bad ones, unfortunately. That's what it seems, Jacqueline. I remember when I was younger and anything happened as a trans woman and I was either attacked or, thanks Lloyd 100% agree, I was attacked or something bad happened. I was treated like a man. There was no difference. I was treated like a man, thrown around by a man, like a man, treated like a man, treated like I was the man fighting the girls who literally just attacked me. It damaged me in like so many crazy ways. But back then, as a trans woman, you were treated like shit, like dirt. You were just treated like the gender you were, and they had no compassion. So I remember I've seen it all, and I see those police officers sometimes now. It sounds really dodgy, but it's not. But I see those police officers sometimes now, and I always go like, God, do you not remember me? Do you not remember for like I'm very obviously polite to them, but I do think like how on earth it's now changed because like Northumberland police are all of course, LGBT and support us now. That's because the pink dollar pays for a lot of things in Newcastle. We do have a massive scene, you know. But it's like so sad. I know, Lloyd, it is so vile. I mean, Jossy knows so many times how many times I've been attacked. It was ridiculous, Jossy, wasn't it? I mean, it was so bad, the level of attack I would get. And this wasn't always from the cisgender. This was from a group of lesbians who attacked us once, straight men, straight women. They used to love to attack us. And it was just so crazy that kind of level of harassment, people forget about it and they're like, oh, you've got it easy and everything's fine. And I mean, you've been there as well, Jossy. You've had your fair share.
I've been lucky. I've not really had any physical violence. I was beat up when I was about 17. For wow,
that was just days. Off me.
And that turned out to be fate. But you know, I suppose in the early days, a lot of verbal abuse. Like one of the ones that sticks out in there's two stick out in my mind. I was out on the scene one night and I was just sitting outside a bar and like this group of lads just walked past us and started singing Man Eater. I was just like, oh, you're kidding us. And then another time, this is the worst thing I think that can happen to like any woman, not a trans woman, any woman. I was coming out of a club one night and I was really, really drunk. Again, still quite early days of transition. And as I was walking away, I seen this group of people just staring at us. And I thought, oh God, they're going to start laughing. So I started to walk faster. Well, I tripped over, didn't I? And fell out of my heels. Honestly, it was humiliating. But I was just like, just get up, walk with your head held high. Fuck them. They don't know the path I'm walking. Bye, kind of thing. And that's what I did.
I totally agree and concur. People will never understand what we've been through, how much we've been through. A lot of people giving a lot of love today. Victoria, I love you both. I would say, man, this whole thing, call my love t-shirt.
Rolling
Jacqueline's gonna come over here. She's gonna be our bodyguard. How dare they ruin a classic Nelly Furtado song?
I know.
Girl, I've done that. Those damn heels. Oh, honestly, I swear, I had a really expensive pair of the Kurt Geiger encrusted with Swarovski crystal, and I ran from Central Station all the way down to where I was living on the quayside, in these massive heels. And I ran that much. By the time I got there, the bottom of the heel were completely off because I'd ran in fear, so petrified of what was going to happen, and the heel totally ripped off. And I look back, like, I would never have stopped for a pair of heels. Like, my life's obviously more worth. But like the level of hate that can come through is just insane. It's just insane. And people will realize that it's not going to be easy. We've got obviously some guests coming on soon who are going to really, 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 really entertain us because I'm so excited. But how else has everybody been coping? Like, we want to hear from you. Pop in your comments and don't forget to share. Please share our live as much as you can. But what else have you all been doing? Lloyd, whereabouts are you? Karen, where are you? Victoria, where are you? Also, if you like our talk, me and Jossy are actually getting some merch made because, you know, we've got 6 viewers. We've made it. Legends. No, we're getting some merch made. We're getting some merch made, just like some mugs, like a t-shirt with us like saying like a phrase or just something. And we're going to donate all the proceeds to charity. And we're just getting them created for us. And then obviously once this pandemic's over, the backlog of orders will be amazing, of course. No. But we'll obviously then start selling and hopefully still be able to donate a percentage to charity. Because I think that's what a lot of people should be doing. We walked along the high street today when I went to the shop, and it was so crazy to think all of these shops have been closed for weeks. I think it's really interesting how creative people are being. Some little coffee shops are selling like fresh bread and stuff, eggs and stuff. I'm quite liking that. Jacqueline's just said that she's got a haircut, but had to wear gloves and a mask. I dyed my own hair. Didn't I, Joss?
She did. I am contemplating it. I must say I'm contemplating it. It just depends how long this is going to go on for. But I think if I do, I'm going to have to get rid of the on by. I kind of dye on by myself. Sorry, Natalie. I'm going to have to apologize to our hairdresser in advance. Like, I will apologize to her, but I'm probably just going to go back to dark. I like dark.
Well, not just hair for me. I've learned how to do my nails. I've got gel. I've got a gel lab. I'm doing my own nails. I'm growing my hair out a little bit so I can't hide my Botox because I haven't had anything done. Thanks, Jacqueline. Good job. Jossy Yendel, in Low fell and have the 10 whiskeys keeping me sane. Hubby and son both working from home. That's from Karen Young. Quinn has just said, Karen, please share our video. Jacqueline, please click share and like, of course. And Quinn, you like how she looks? Then share it. No, but Quinn's just said, my small business can't donate money to charity, but I donate hundreds of items to children's hospitals and adaptive clothing, and I've recently found a care home that will accept too.
It's a very good business he has. Very, very
love. Oh, that has really touched my heart. And I think everyone's doing their own thing. Like, everyone is doing their own thing. Every business is trying to be inventive, but also give back. Like, it's amazing. And it's actually crazy to think, I mean, will things still be like this when it's all over? How will things pan out? I personally don't think I'll ever pay for my nails to be done again. I used to pay £25 for my nails. £25 for my nails. Do myself. Look how nice they are. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's just appreciate them for a moment.
Lovely. But if I can do it and I'm like the lazy princess, then anyone can do it. Anyone. Lauren should be joining us soon. I'm just going to have a look, guys, because we... Oh, no. I'm just checking, guys. Sorry, have I froze? Yes. No, but she'll be back. She'll be joining us in about 5 minutes, and then obviously, as we said, we have Jake. He'll be joining us soon. But is there anything else, Jossy, that you're dealing with that you want to chat with everyone? Say, I love that nail color. Yes, back to my nails. Thanks, Karen. That's what I need. See, Karen's my backup. Back to Faye's nails. Clear hand, blue hand. Clear hand, blue hand. And I'm making my boyfriend of 18 years in the army, not with me, darling. You get less from her there, but seriously. 18 years in the army, I've now told him he has to grow his hair out. I want to see a hairstyle. I'm not saying I'll stay, I'm not shooting straight off, but I want to see a hairstyle. And just to be, I'm going to have to make an announcement as well, Jossy. I've also been thinking about shaving my hair off. I'm not going to do it. You don't need Botox, Jacqueline. I wish that was true. I've just had that much. It hasn't weared off fast enough.
Yeah. So what else has been going on as well? I suppose for me, I've kind of now just getting used to living in lockdown. I don't really like it because I'm a corona loner. So it's not really fun being on your own all this time. I'm kind of like now just a little bit sick of it. But you know, I am
but Anne Summers is loving your account, and they're really pleased with all the purchases.
I get discounts, you know, darling, with my blue light card at Love Honey.
Well, Auntie's just said, we will all, I love this, we will all have skills by the end of it. I completely agree. I mean, these were skills I'd had years and years and years ago, and I just kind of went back and be like, I can do this, get me a lamp. And I feel every business person should already find adaptive ways to sell. Plus, you both look fab. I only did it for the both of you. Plus, you both look fab comment. But thanks. What happened to Faye the other day when she disappeared at the end of the show? Lloyd.
Oh, just technology, technical glitch.
Technical glitch, or the ghosts of Facebook.
Yeah, we always have a technical fault, but let's hope that today we maybe have.
Well, no, we don't. We don't feel we haven't had a technical fault for ages. My personal skill is annoying my mum 0.5 seconds after walking into a room. So funny. So funny and naughty. It's okay. It's true. You look fab, beauties. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be honest. I've got no makeup on, really. I have run out of makeup. Strange but true. I have run out of makeup. I have cheeks, eyebrows, lips, mascara,
little bit of contour,
highlighter, contour, but I don't have a stitch of foundation. And you know what? My foundation is £67. And if that means I can save on my foundation, I mean, winner, chicken dinner.
I love that. I'm not wearing any makeup, however, I'm wearing all the following items. The only thing I'm not wearing is foundation. But foundation, I think, is the biggest thing of your makeup. So I do get it. If you're not wearing foundation, you know what I mean?
You're not wearing foundation, you're not doing trans. Is that what you're saying, Jossy? If you're not wearing foundation, you're not doing trans.
And she's not playing today. Oh, wait, there she's that way. She's not trans today.
Jacqueline, Jacqueline's really needs that shirt, Jossy.
Oh, thank you. This is just one from the archive. I've had it absolute years.
Oh, Jacqueline, I know it's so expensive. The makeup that me and Jossy use sometimes, but I personally use your Catch because I really like it and it's really nice on my skin. I've used it for nearly God knows how many years. But I will say I feel okay. I feel fine without as much makeup on. When I run off make, I always use tinted cream by Nivea to fill. I have summer. Me and Jossy are a fan of tinted foundation, aren't we, Jossy?
I have that on today now. It's a bit of tinted moisturizer, just to, you know, it was a little bit of colour, make us look a little bit alive, not like cast.
Jacqueline, if you can send me some Capture Total 010 You would be my angel. I will PayPal what needs to be PayPal. Oh my God, what I can talk to. Welcome to FLP Shopping Network. No, that didn't. No, that doesn't. No, that doesn't work. Okay.
We can maybe try. See how long the lockdown goes on for. You know what I mean?
I've just had a message come through from Jake, so I'm just going to pop on and have a look at it. Oh, he's just seeing this. He's just getting ready, and he's going to pop on. Obviously, we are waiting for. Gotcha. We are waiting for Lauren, who will be joining us. Really excited to chat to Lauren and get to know her a little bit better. I'm just going to keep checking because she's a woman of email, which I'm all for. I love a
she's
good.
a very busy lady as well.
I love a good thumb to keyboard email. I do. Because you can just write. I don't know about anyone, but I can just sometimes write for ages. When I'm just reading some of the comments, Jossy. It is Habba, so whoever comes first, we're bringing on. And honestly, we get it sometimes. Some guests are unavailable to join us. But what can I say? Did everyone watch the Davina show that we did yesterday? That was really, really good. It wasn't it good, Jossy? It was really fun, wasn't it?
Yes,
Jossy was obviously on night shift, but she was still there in spirit.
Fantastic hostess. You held your own. And you see, this is the thing when we do Instagram lives, it can only be one of us. Last week I did do one with Larissa, but unfortunately it didn't.
I believe Facebook have started doing Facebook joint lives again.
Ooh.
Stop. If that's the case, welcome back to our world of Facebook, because we love a good Insta live. But I'm going to go all the way from bloody UK to straight to Hollywood. Of course, we are bringing on our first guest. The delightful and lovely ladies just dropped into my box. I'm going to bring on Lauren.
Oh.
In a few moments. And all dressed up. Welcome to the show, Lauren. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you guys today?
How are you? You look very glamorous.
A bit louder.
Thank you. Well, I think you should always do your best, and I had to look good for your show now, didn't I?
Well, we appreciate that. And we've seen you've been keeping yourself very busy, painting, working on your music. And as a celebrity trans woman, you've entered the world of OnlyFans, which I say, get on there, girl, because if I had the confidence, I would do it. How are you finding that realm? Because it obviously is quite different to what you're used to.
Well, it is different. And obviously I started OnlyFans when I came back from London before the virus came through. And my painting got massively successful, which is really good. So what I'm doing with OnlyFans now is I'm keeping it classy. So in the end, it'll be less is more, especially with men. So I shall be discontinuing the pictures that are on there, but keeping it sexy but refined at the same time. But yeah, you're right. We shouldn't be ashamed of our bodies. And
oh no, absolutely, I totally agree with you there.
And yeah, I'm sort of toning OnlyFans down, but because my art's doing so well, and obviously everyone's scared at the moment, and so I'm giving people a lot of filming every day, and to help other people to keep them because they know they're staying inside all the time.
Yeah, well, we have seen you produce some really beautiful pieces of art. Is this a new skill, or is this something that you've been doing for quite a while? And who are your artistic inspirations?
Well, I've been painting and drawing since I was a child, so it's
right.
I've always drawn my own cards for my brothers or my family. So, and I've had my own exhibition. So yeah, it's something I'm naturally gifted with that. And it's lovely that people want to see them and they enjoy them so much. And I'd say, I don't really know who I was inspired by. But as a child, I did go to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, and I touched pictures, even though you couldn't. Maybe I was inspired by him, but I quite like Frida Kahlo, but without the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Well, you had such a successful career. Of course, you were on Celebrity Big Brother, but you did start your career as a child. What was it like being a child star? Because I remember you, and it's crazy. It's so crazy. What was it like, though, for you?
It was better than school, you know.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
And they didn't mind you wearing bow ties, and you got claps. And everyone loved you, and getting bullied. So I thought, well, this is nice, you know, and it just continued it's continued up until this day. Yet being a child star, obviously, you know, I left school when I was 13 because I didn't believe in the system. So, you know, because I just didn't believe in it, and I wasn't on television, didn't have time to be I educated myself, which is what we'll have to do now, anyway.
Exactly, well, self-education.
We can Google
yeah.
it. Oh, God.
Yeah, but I think that's not for all trans people, but for some trans people, they want to disassociate themselves from their childhood. But, you know, if we were just to Google your name, pictures come up from you, you know, from your life back then. But do you wish that you had transitioned as a child? Because this is really in the news right now, especially with what Lynn Truss is proposing to do for the gender reforms for children transitioning. But do you just think that life would have just been a little bit easier had you been able to transition as a child?
Well, I was 22. So as far as I'm concerned, I was a child. People don't realise that, but they are. And it is a big decision to make.
Yeah, but 22 is young.
22 is nothing. No.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah, it's very young. And I was a virgin as well. So you know, that's how I dealt with it. In regards to I didn't know who I was because I was on television for all my childhood. So if I could go back in time, I listened to Louisa Hay, who does meditation. She's not with us anymore, but she's a really nice lady. And she said to me, she says, if you could go back to the person you are when you were a child, give that person advice and visualize it and give it a big hug and say that you love it. And that's what we should all do. And the important thing with transitioning, of course, is when you are born in the wrong body, and then you have to have that identity in your life forever, which is a decision you make when you're famous or when you've been on TV. You have to live with that. You can't hide the pictures. You've got to love who you were then and who you are now. And also, obviously, I was always a woman. I just didn't realize it. People had lots of questions but you know, obviously, you know that I've fully transitioned, but there's lots of other things that obviously in my book I could do, which I haven't been typing because I haven't had time. Because I've been too busy painting and too busy doing video messages and talking to you. But yeah, there's so much more to the experience. And also, I think you need to be a little bit older as well in this with regards to the gender reassignment surgery, because it is a life-changing experience. And there are a lot of suicide attempts for people who are far too young, who have it done, who can't cope with being the woman that we decide to be in every way. And people who say you can't have children, I'm sorry, but we're living in a world which has gone mad. So there is nothing, as far as I'm concerned, that is impossible.
Absolutely agree with that. I mean, you are a lady of many talents and you have a music career. What are your inspirations when it comes to music?
I love singing. When I was a child, my teacher said I was tone deaf, which only made me more determined to sing. Then I went to college and went for an audition. They said, you're crap, you'll never sing. So then I thought, right, anybody who says I can't do something, I'll do it more. So that's what I did. I've always loved to sing. And I think I sing from my heart, which is one of the reasons why. And then if you listen to lots of music, you can get to learn the tune. I taught myself. I don't have singing teachers or choreographers with my videos, you know. And I don't want to be just there for the transgender community. I want to be there for everyone. And with regards to children, having gender assignments with you early, yeah, I can see that. And I can see how that can be easier, because you have a doll when you want one. But you have to make sure that child is completely, utterly certain that that child wants to do it. Because if that child becomes 19, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I agree.
That's not changing their mind. That's why it's a very controversial.
So, Lauren, I can myself be a little bit ruthless, and it's the joke and the press. Do you think that you get a harder job because you can, or because you have a bit of a colourful life?
Oh, what? Sorry.
So I'm just going to jump in. I think someone on your end's listening to this video on their phone. They just need to turn the music.
No, we're not. I've had a colour check it passed. What did you say? Because I'm Jossy. What did you say, Jossy?
So I was just saying,
There's nothing on my side. It's just you and me.
I think it's been listened to on our side.
Oh, is it being listened to on our side? Tech man.
It's coming through the speakers.
No, it's coming through the speakers
of the laptop.
This
is a laptop.
This is a laptop.
Can you hear us better now?
So would you like to repeat the question?
Yes. So the press can be ruthless, so can our technology as well. Do you think that you just get a little bit of a harder time because you're a trans woman, which I think if that's the case, that's ridiculous, because you shouldn't be, we shouldn't get bad press just for being trans. Or do you think it's just because you have quite a colourful life?
When I went naked in Closer magazine, I was the first transgender woman to be naked in Closer magazine. A colourful life? No. I have had a colourful life, but then again, isn't that interesting? And I think transgender women have to be more accepted as women, and that is something that I shall be supporting for the rest of my life. You have India Willoughby, Kelly Maloney, you have a few people on television, but you will have enough. And it is my plight in my life forever to make sure that there is a transgender woman on television every single day, telling it how it is and not giving anybody any crap. And I can't.
Absolutely. Well, the press can be whatever they want to be, but you have an opinion on the coronavirus.
I can stick to the rules. If you want loose women and you're on This Morning, I can. I can't stick to the rules, but I do think that it is good to have a transgender ambassador. And I honestly think people need to see somebody who is transgendered every single day, so that we don't have where Black people, Asian people, all these people are accepted in society, and they're all over TV, they're all over this, all over what is it? What's called issue also, where are the trans people? Where are the trans women?
Representation.
Why is that? Why are we all designer? Why? And you watch most American TV, it's the same. Why? They fought for the black people. They fought for all colours. Now they have to fight we have to fight for the trans women to be on TV, and and it has to be accepted. And that's my plight, and that's why I'm on this universe. And
well, I do think that representation is there. If you look for it, we have series like Pause, which is absolutely fantastic.
I think, but we also confuse matter, which shows. I mean, I met RuPaul. Do you know what I mean? I met him, but we've confused matter with drag queens as well. I sing with drag queens every day, all the time, all over the world. I sing with drag queens. RuPaul's Drag Race is on all the time. They're crude. There's a difference between dressing as a woman and being one. We are not drag queens. We are not drag queens.
Dressing as a woman and not a woman.
To tell the world that I wasn't a drag queen. Because even now, you read Caitlyn Jenner's book, and just now we find out she's had the full reassignment surgery. Why is it taking us so long to tell people? I know it's her business, but she's the one who chose to come into the limelight and tell the world. I did it to finance my surgery. It wasn't a decision I made at first for the world. It was, and I didn't think I'd have any transphobia at all. I thought everyone would accept me for being beautiful and Lois Lane, and everybody would love me, but they didn't. I was outside my house and I had people shouting names. It was
sometimes reality can just be brutal.
That people are still going through it every day. And with a virus, which is going on right now, it makes people forget about everything, about all these things, which are still happening. Remember, we might be living in this nightmare of a film, but there's still transphobia, there's still homophobia, there's still so many things that we still have to work on. And if we still focus on our fear, on this coronavirus so much, and it stops our focus, what is the point in this world?
I think everyone's journey has been so different, especially as a trans woman.
Girls, do you know what I mean? And enjoy life.
I do know what you mean. I just feel as a trans woman, we all have different experiences.
You can call yourself trans, fine. But I was 22 and a virgin, and it's now been 32 years. I call myself a woman. Now, I said... I can't get around
the obvious that we both used to have male parts and we then turned into a woman. It's illogical to not understand that.
Labeled. We shouldn't be labeled. If we are a woman, we should be treated like one. We shouldn't be called homophobic. Do I call you gay Adam or gay Patrick? I don't.
Not everybody does that.
Be called trans. This is political. This is different in opinion. But we've got 32 years of finding and living in my body and experiencing what it is like to be a woman. Pre-op is fine. But when you have a full transition, you must realize that you get nauseous, you think you are a woman in every single way. And the more the years go by, the more you get the swollen ankles, the more you get the even periods. People don't know what it consists of. So I completely understand if you want to call yourself trans woman, that's fine. And I completely get it. But
I just don't want to miss the obvious point that we all were born male and then we turned into women by having surgery because that's how we felt inside our mind. Yeah. And I also feel like that is a bad message to be sending to some people who are trying to still understand what trans people are, because you can't just throw it in their face and say, call me a woman, end of conversation. People have to grow and understand and learn for themselves.
I'm saying that we're all allowed. It should. Ever since I was a child, I've been labelled. I was called child prodigy. I was called child prodigy. I was called weird. I was called something. With regards to transgenders, yes, I'm transgender and I'm proud of being transgender, but I don't need to tell people I'm trans woman. I don't go out and say I'm a trans woman.
Honesty is the best policy with everybody. Do you not agree? Even when for dating, you should be open with the person you're dating.
Yeah, well, that's between the man and the woman, and the relationship you have.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And also with regards to children, I will speak to any child and discuss how your body changes and how you become your body physically changes into a woman's. And if you want to say trans, I'm absolutely 100%, 1,000% positive about that. And I am the transgender ambassador for the transgender community, and I always will be. But I believe
but in reality, we need to be honest with the perception of human beings. And if someone was to say to me, are you a trans woman? For me to try and almost be a little bit delusional, be like, well, no, I'm a woman.
I don't remember 20 years of my life. So I don't remember it. I just remember the day I had my surgery. So for me, it's a totally different story. And when you
but I never ever forget the memories that I had with my mom and my sister when I was Kevin.
I speak to my parents and they tell me what happened. I don't remember. a lot of my childhood, it's all black.
Well, Lauren, you touch on so many interesting topics, and it has been so nice for us to finally get to know you a little bit better. We do have another guest who's coming on just after you, but we'd like to thank you for joining us. You have a busy day ahead of you. Have a lovely day, and remember, be who you are because you want to be who you are, not for everybody else. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you so much.
One more thing. You know, I am legally a woman, and obviously trans women are legally women.
But me and Fay are, we're legally women as well. So.
Exactly, Jossy. And you know, Jossy.
Sorry, it's not a battle between the trans people and the non-trans people.
Any person should be accepted. Love is love. Love is love. Whoever we want to be, we should just support that person.
Wow.
Well, what a
look at that.
Nonsense she spoke. Sorry, guys. You may think I'm wrong. I agree. Love is love, and I appreciate. But the reality of it is, I used to be a little boy called Kevin, and I have so many good memories of being Kevin. And I don't believe that's good representation for the trans community.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it came across because the audio was quite bad, but I got the impression what Lauren was trying to say was that I'm a woman now, which is something that I would agree with. I don't introduce myself as a trans woman. I would just say I'm a woman with a trans history is how I would probably say it. Maybe that's...
No, man. Stop it. She started saying that we feel periods and stuff. Absolute
but
rubbish.
I never said that. I would never say that.
She did. She came out with some really disturbing stuff.
Right. Oh no, we can't.
I can't wait to go to Jake. God, she's one unintelligent lady for being so smart. Welcome to the show, Jake. I'm bringing you on right now.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, she was crazy.
Or good evening for you guys. Just kidding.
How are you? How are you doing in lockdown? How's everything going?
I'm good. I feel like I have to I have to say something controversial following that. I feel like I don't got anything.
No, please don't.
No, I won't.
We like to keep it light and happy.
That was like so much for me. I was just kind of like, what is happening here?
No, I'm doing quite well in quarantine. Everything is beautiful in LA. It's very stressful. I feel like every day I feel differently, but I feel good today. How are you ladies doing?
We are so good. For the UK audience, please tell everybody about yourself and your career and how you started.
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter in Los Angeles. And I just got started, really. I'm a baby in the industry. I was on a show called The Glee Project a million years ago. And then just recently I was on American Idol 2 years ago, very briefly. And so that really propelled me to try to do my own thing. So I just wrote an EP, which is not out yet. And
is that Pretend?
Say it again?
Is that
Pretend's the first thing we dropped from that project, yeah. So just 2 weeks ago, I released the first single from my project. It's called Pretend. And I really love it. And people have been excited about it. Yesterday, I got put on the Grindr playlist. Grindr has like a new music playlist that they come up with every 2 weeks. And it was my first time.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, you know, Grindr's trying to get real. They're trying to become a full like music video. They're trying to do it all.
That is just so weird. So obviously, you know, music is such a big part of your life, but who would you say is your musical inspirations? Who are the people that you kind of like have looked up to and thought, yeah, they're the ones who have inspired me to do this?
Mm-hmm. When I was growing up, I listened to a lot of India Arie and Corinne.
I love India Arie.
Oh yeah, okay. A lot of people.
Yes, we can be friends.
Okay, yeah. No.
She's down with the kids. I'm like classical. Want to listen to like old school. I'm so bad, but Jossy's like down with the kids.
Oh yeah. Well, I like a lot of classical stuff too now, but when I was growing up, it was just India Arie, Corinne Bailey Rae, type of jazz girls like that. And then in high school, I was introduced to Grace Jones, and then that was I was created. Yeah, and then obviously I grew up while Lady Gaga was destroying the world, so that's always really inspired me. I love her.
Have you had any setbacks with the pandemic, like with your music? Has it had to slow down? What kind of effect has it had on you?
Yeah, so that's been my biggest struggle during the pandemic. Is I kind of I spent a lot of years. So in my youth, I grew up and I struggled with homelessness. And so that put me like really far back financially. So the first thing I had to do before I could even address music was I had to do therapy and I had to get my like financial life on track. And so I've always felt like I was kind of behind, and this was finally gonna be my year where I like caught up. And I made the EP, and I had booked 7 shows during April. And then I was supposed to go to Germany on April 20th and visit.
Oh no, this is it. This is a sad story.
Yeah. And then I was supposed to come back on the 28th of April, and I was booking a Pride tour. So my idea was that after the EP dropped in May, I would go to a bunch of cities during their Pride. And I had already booked 3 cities and was planning on booking a lot more over the summer. And obviously, the album was supposed to drop March 27th. And we had the clubs got closed March 11th. So it's been really sad. I don't know. I feel a little lost at sea right now because all my planning and preparation, and it's gone.
Almost on pause. Just think of it like that. It's on pause. It's not gone.
Yeah, like on pause.
It'll come back.
Yeah, well, I'm calling these times of Corona. So in these times of Corona, how are you keeping yourself busy during quarantine? How are you filling your time?
Mm-hmm. I'm working on music. I'm working on other people's music, which is exciting. I'm working out. You can't see it, but my boobs are growing like crazy. I'm like...
I'm working out. I'm a right fat cunt.
Well, you don't need to be gorgeous.
Oh, I am. But I love food, and I'm not going to start running around the streets with people. And there's no gym open. I stay chunky. When the gyms reopen, I'll look funky. End of.
I love that. I've been eating a lot. I can't believe how much food I'm eating. It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely. But what are you missing? What are you missing the most? I know, like, seeing people, but what are you truly missing? Like, I noticed the gym for me. Really fucking miss going to the gym.
Yeah, I definitely miss the gym. I miss going to the spa. We have Korean spas in Los Angeles. They're so cheap and they're so nice, and I really miss going to them. But I really feel like what I would love to do is go to a big party with lots of people, dance all night, wake up, go to the hot tub, like an adult day.
Yeah, that's what we all want to do when it's all over. Yeah. So we've seen that you are an accomplished fencer, but do you have any other secret hidden talents that you would like to share with us?
Fencing is definitely the big secret one. Every time I talk about that, people are like, what? I don't know if I do anything else besides that. Well, I'm licensed in massage therapy. So, you know, I'm single and I'm just kidding.
I'm single, I do massages.
I'm single and nothing we can do about it.
We can fence after. Sounds like a perfect date.
Exactly. No, the fencing is for during the breakup.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, we all know that we've been watching so much TV over the past couple of weeks, but what have you been watching? And you mentioned you were in the Glee project, is that correct?
Yeah.
Last night's episode of Celebrity RuPaul must have been insane for you to watch. Did you know the person that was on there, or?
I didn't even watch it.
Oh.
I didn't watch any of Celebrity Drag Race. I'm very caught up on the new season of Drag Race, but I haven't seen Celebrity at all. Is there someone from the Glee project on Celebrity Drag Race?
I believe that's what they were from. Oh my god, I don't know the name off the top of my head. But Jossy, do you know?
The character they played, I think it was Unique. I think that was the name of the character.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
They're from season 1. I was on season 2.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, they can sing. They are talented.
Oh, God, it was so good, and obviously watching it, it was really, 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 really cool. But it's like not only the thing everyone's been watching. Jossy is obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race season 12.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jess. What do you think of season 12? I think, have you seen the most recent episode? I don't want to give you a spoiler.
Next episode because I wanted to be awake for this interview.
Well, we will not spoil it for you. It is a really, really good episode. Very, very good challenge. I can't think that I've ever done a challenge quite like that. It was very acting based. It was really, really interesting. Whoopi Goldberg was on.
You know, Whoopi Goldberg was on. Everyone in LA is so excited by this season because we have Gigi Good on the show, and she's like our LA queen. So this has been exciting.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on the situation that's going on with Cherry Pie and all those things? Do you have an opinion on that, or is it just something that you're just ignoring? Because when I watch the episodes, I just forget. I'm really bad, but I do.
Forget what? Wait, say it again. What?
Cherry Pie. So obviously the actors.
Pie. Okay. This is what I think. I think that I'm glad she was disqualified and all that jazz. But the show has gone back and forth with showing her looks and showing her fashion, showing her performances. And I feel that's a super mistake because drag is a team sport. And I feel very bad for her design team and her makeup team and her this and that. These people work a lot of times way under their worth because they know they're going to get the exposure from the show. And her design team, you know, who have spent hours and probably invested so much of their lives into building these looks for her.
And you don't know how much was on like, I'll pay you after the show kind of arrangements.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
I really disagree with that decision. And I think the show does too. I think that's why they're going back and forth on it. But I don't agree with that. And I also feel like I'm very glad that Cherry Pie faced the backlash that she had. But I do think that when something's bizarre, we hold it way more seriously than we do other things. So I'm happy Cherry Pie was raked through the coals, but I wish people who physically assaulted people were held to that same standard, because had she had a bunch of rape allegations, I don't think we'd have taken it so seriously. It's because of how bizarre of a story it was that we all were like, okay, this is crazy. But I wish that we took all sexual assaults that seriously, basically, is my point.
Yeah, this should be.
I agree with that. Did you catch the Drag Race UK?
I watched some of Drag Race UK. It was kind of hard for me to watch in LA, harder than I thought it was going to.
Right.
But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, All Stars as well is coming out. I mean, God, RuPaul is just everywhere right now. I'm so excited for All Stars. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just so excited to see Ongina. Oh my God, I was like, yay, Ongina and Jujubee. I love Jujubee.
You know, I'm excited to see who's that girl who got chucked over her shoulder?
India Ferrah.
India Ferrah. I hope she doesn't go home soon. I want to see like a big glow up.
Yeah, I like it when they bring back queens from like seasons like from so long ago, because like it's just nice that they kind of get that new audience, because I do feel as if the audience for RuPaul has changed over the years. The show has become a lot more mainstream than what it was. You know, I remember I used to just watch it like on my laptop, and now I can watch it like on Netflix whenever I want. So like RuPaul is taking over.
You guys get to watch it on Netflix. We have to have like a cable.
Dragula though.
Huh?
Do you get to watch Dragula?
Yeah, we watch Dragula on Netflix.
We don't get that.
Don't.
Oh,
I love it always.
I love Dragula. Yum.
So what else do you have coming up? Obviously you have your single release, but do you have anything kind of in preparation for when we may be off lockdown? Do you have anything planned?
Well, we have. I haven't planned that far ahead because I don't. LA is like in the year 2026 you'll be free. Just so. But the next big thing that's happening is right before times of Corona. we shot a music video at YouTube Space LA. It's like the most proper thing I've ever done. It's beautiful. And it's gonna release in about 2 weeks. So the next single from my project and this huge music video. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right. Oh, well, I'm...
Of course, go and like you, follow you on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we are so excited to see your career just blossom and go from strength to strength. And we are fortunate enough, you have actually agreed to sing us out on the show today, is that correct?
Yeah, I would love to sing for y'all.
That is so, what an honor that will be once we finish the interview. What else, though, have you been watching? Of course, we need to ask you the question of, have you watched Hollywood?
So I just watched the first 3 episodes.
Same as you.
No, I've only seen 2.
Only 2? Okay. I'm going to spoil everything. So the third no, I'm just kidding. I love it so far.
The last episode. No.
You've seen it all, Faye?
Don't. Otherwise, I'll just leave.
He's bringing some interesting stuff out, and I think it's amazing how you are able to create music and also be a great representative for the LGBT community in music.
I mean, I try not to even think about that because it stresses me out. I just want to focus on being authentic, and I feel like for queer people in that sense, we do kind of have it easy. If we can have the strength to just be ourselves, that's political in itself. So I just try to be myself, and hopefully that's a good enough example. Oh.
Yeah, but I do think that we do have representation, unlike our last guest who thought that we had absolutely none. You know what I mean? Like comparing how things were when me and Faye were growing up, you know, but we're in our 30s now. So, you know, we were kids in the 90s, and, you know, there was some representation, but there wasn't loads. And, you know, and I do think as well, another thing, which it's kind of going back to Lauren, but I think people are educated enough now to know the difference between a drag queen and a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I did disagree with that as well. But you know what? I hear the battle cries that we do need more trans people on television and in the media. I think we need more queer Black people as well. But I agree with you. I think changed. Say it again.
I couldn't agree with that more.
Yeah, but times are changing. I mean, they're changing.
They are. Yeah. I'm seeing it change. Like I really am. Comparing even like to 10 years ago, things are changing. So it's very much, there is a space in this world for us. That absolutely is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, we want to thank you for joining us today, and of course, we are so thankful that you're gonna finish the show and sing us out. So, do you need to get ready or anything, or are you just ready to go?
Sure. I'm ready.
Yay!
Wait, maybe I'm not. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna perform for you guys the single that we just put out. It's on wherever you stream music. Yeah, it's called Pretend. When you admit you got a gift, he asks me, I'm not a little kid, you know that fucks me up as he walks past me. And I can't take another step. I need a chance to catch my breath. Ah! No! Okay. And you're about to run along. I can't keep up. I'm not that strong. You're too pretty for me, and I'm way too smart to play along. You're right where you're supposed to be. Well, I am here, but not for long. You know I don't belong. You know I don't belong here. Oh, yeah. You're not a little kid. You can't keep throwing fits. He likes it. And I can't take another step. I need a chance to catch my breath. You're about to run along. I can't keep up. I'm not that strong. You're too pretty for me, and I'm way too smart to play alone. You're right where you're supposed to be. Well, I am here, but not for long. You know I don't belong. You know I don't belong. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Does anybody realize I'm playing pretend all the time? Does anybody realize I'm playing pretend all the time? Yeah. You know I don't belong. You know I don't belong here. Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that was so
Fabulous.
good. I was literally loving it for that. Thank you.
Guys, download that.
Joining us.
Download.
And don't forget, Jake, we're going to add everything to do with your album, and you can send it to me. We're going to put a post out about you on our Instagram and Facebook, because we love you and we support you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was such a blast, and I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. I think you two are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I'll try and organise an Insta Live with you soon, and we can have another chat and keep this movement going.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
darling. She was amazing.
Oh, yes. What a way to end. What a way to end the
I
show.
was like quite emotional. I was like, don't cry because you look like a crazy woman. But I was quite emotional.
Yeah.
Can we just touch upon the first guest? I'm sorry, I have to say something.
Say it, because I was wanting to say some stuff as well, but you say yours and I'll say mine.
Just because, like, obviously, guys, we're finishing soon and we're going to go. And I don't want people to think that that is the representation that I'm trying to project, because it's not.
Yeah.
One of the things that was said was totally not our usual show, because I didn't feel like she was allowing me to speak and also allowing me to give my opinion. It was her opinion or no opinion. And I didn't really like that or appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we are very much about, people can come on our show and yes, have a different opinion. Absolutely, it makes the world go around. But when somebody is telling you and not respecting your opinion, and I'm just kind of just going back to that thinking of some things that Lauren said, like, yes, there is some things about us because we take hormones that our bodies do become like women's, our bone density, our skin, our hair. But to say things like menstruating and stuff, that's just that is something that we can't do. And I think it's insulting to women who do go through that, because we don't. You know what I mean? We don't, and I think we should. I've seen this on so many shows. I'm such, and Faye as well, we are such a big supporter of women's rights and women's sex-based rights. I am such a supporter of that. I feel really passionate about it. And I think that we need to have some understanding with them, with cis women and trans women. And you know what I mean? It is all about love. That's my last word.
So. Don't forget to share this video, like us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course Facebook. And for everyone that's watching, we love you. We will be back. I believe I'm back on Monday, and I believe Jossy's back with me on Wednesday.
I believe so. So we will see you then.
The messages and comments, we will definitely reply to everyone. But I just don't want people to think that we've had a bad opinion. We haven't had a bad opinion. The opinion was delusional.
Yeah, and it's not really the kind, you know, yes, I'm all for having an opinion, but when it's an opinion that can be quite damaging, you know.
I think she was 32. Girl, I'm 32. You're 33. So life experiences kind of going to be on the same page. And then one thing that really pisses off, and I'm coming back now.
Yeah,
like,
we would have
we're
done
all
something
in this
before.
together. You're sat in a big house. Like, for some trans women, they're either on the streets or really, really struggling right now, or lucky enough to have homes like me and Jossy. But I can imagine her home and personal situation being pretty good. I mean, didn't she have like an assistant or a cameraman with her? Social distancing. Sorry.
Anyway, yes, so like Faye said, don't forget to share this video. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like on Instagram. Follow us. Tweet us. And hopefully next show, I will get my patter right on that.
I just want to talk about some of the messages before we go.
Right.
So, like, obviously, oh my God, this song was amazing. I love this person. Like, I want to find it because it was like, as I said, the more you educate, the more we can support you. Yes, that is it. The more we all educate people, the more we will all become allies. The moment we stand and be like, no, this is it, end the conversation, is the moment you become an enemy. And who wants that? God, hashtag be kind didn't fucking last long.
You said hashtag be quiet there.
Well, guys, I've been Faye Louise Payden.
And I have been Jossy. Wow, what a show this has been. How lovely was Jaake?
I'll see you all next week. Having a day off tomorrow, but I'll be back for Insta Lives. And of course, some Facebook shenanigans. Remember to stay home, stay safe, and support your local NHS. Goodbye and good night.